We're going to do from here, I'm going to extend and wind up my core and push away my hands to create the width. Today I'm going to show you how being too connected in your golf swing, trying to keep those arms locked in, is killing your golf swing, your power and your consistency. But also, if you try and do the opposite, which is to get nice and wide and elevate this way, that's going to kill your golf swing. So the key, what we're going to try and do, is find a blend of connection and of width, which is going to give you the power and consistency and just not having to think about it quite so much. And even if you have a layoff, you can have a good, consistent golf swing. Let's find out how 2 T-pegs can give you all of that. Sounds pretty good, right? Let's find out how. I am Alex Fortey and this is the Art of Simple Golf. So let's get into the nitty-gritty. One of the main problems are people trying to stay connected and then turning and turning, and the shot's just kind of looking pretty useless, where we think we got to keep the arms clamped to the side down here, all right? Keep them clamped in this way. Then we're going to try and make a golf swing, which is make a big rotation, okay? Then a big rotation through. So you think, all right, now I've got to make a big rotation and shallow, keep those arms in, turn hard. That's quite difficult, and your swing might end up looking something, you know, because you're also connected, you're sort of struggling to get the correct distance from the ball as well. So it's often like, okay, am I too far away? Then stay connected and do this. It's all a kind of a funky mess. But what can happen is, too connected here, elbows in, turn, turn, all right? Okay, went straight, bit of effort, but certainly not my maximum. Like, you're leaving a lot of distance and also strike quality there, in there, whatever you want to call it. Just one extra little bonus tip, always, especially if you're not on mats or something, always put a club or alignment stick down and aim for something, always, okay? It's a overlooked simple tip, but it's always going to help your alignment, because you can check your chest, your hips, your club, just give you something to aspire to and sort of check yourself against. But most people forget it, so stop forgetting your alignment. The other sort of golf swing you might see is the arms kind of elevating or wrapping around, where we're kind of getting a little bit disconnected here, okay, where we're like this. A little bit disconnected and we overswing and it's like that. So we try and get wide. You're trying to get this wide swing here, wide, but then it sort of the arms bend and we push back out. So it's wide there, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get the width, but this swing can look like that, okay? Where there's a variable. We're kind of okay here, but we're sort of disconnected. Then the arms sort of have to overfold, we overhinge, then they cast back down, and we sort of have that kind of general feel. Does that sound a little bit familiar? Either too connected or either too wide and loose, kind of losing that radius. If so, I'd want you to let me know below, and I also want you to grab 2 T-pegs. This is agonizingly simple once you kind of get the idea. The swing wants width. We also want connection, right? I've said that, I'm going to say it again. So we want connection with width, but we have to balance it out. And the idea is, with this type of feel and sensation, you can wind up, but you're not going to be too compressed. You're not going to be stuck and narrow, but you're also not going to be too wide and then bringing it like sort of too long and losing that sort of capacity to keep that radius. So that's why we try the tees. That's why we put them there. Okay, so we place the tees right under the armpits. And more than anything, it's going to give you a tiny bit of feedback, but it's not going to restrict you too much. And the idea is, it's like, okay, yep, there's my setup, the tees are in there, I've got my backswing, I'm winding up, but I'm trying to create as much width, I'm trying to push away as much as possible, but I'm not losing those tees. So then we take our swing, I keep the momentum going, and the tees should stay there, okay? Play like this, you can practice like this, you can do what the hell you like, but you don't have to swing long, but you will get feedback that if you take them too far out, they're gonna come out. You will get that feedback. And also, if you try and sort of bring it too much on the inside and then rotate, or you come over the top, the tees are gonna come out. One of the best things about this drill, using the tee pegs, is you can use it out on the golf course. And people might not even know. It's a very subtle kind of cue, more of a thought just to keep them there. But it's kind of a little sneaky trick, so don't tell your friends. But here's the thing, many of you would have seen head covers, tuck the head cover in. And that can be good, and that is quite viable, okay? But do not have it too low. When you use the head cover, what happens is it sort of tends to restrict the elbows here, right? Because it tends to fall down, and we're trying to keep it in so much that it creates this restriction, and what happens is we're narrow, then it kind of falls out. Or if we try and keep it in too much, either on the right arm or the left arm, we have this kind of naff looking swing, right? Same with the left arm. It can help, but it's sort of, what I find is it's too much of a overcompensation to try and keep it there. It's wonderful for, pitches and chip shots to have the body help you, but with a full swing, we want still some width and some freedom to sling it. And that's why you got to make sure it's all the way up. So as you see from here, the tees can easily sort of fall out if we lift the arms up, all right? We want that width. So it's connected to here, all right, supple hands, and then from this sort of halfway waist high position, a wonderful feel is to feel like you're kind of pushing away, like towards you on the way back, all right? This is also going to help chip shots, it's going to help pitch shots, but from this position, we sort of push away and then we transition down. We push away, then transition down. From there, from the halfway back, we push away, but notice the tees are maintaining in the armpits, and then we come back down. So we're halfway back, we push the arms away to create that width. Push the arms away. We wind up that core, and the tees stay where they need to.